Welcome to another episode of The Daily Practice. The window is open, the request lines are open, the hourglass is flipped, and the sand is falling. Let's get to work. Here he is, our troubadour, Nathan Moore.
Don't tell anything in the sky, I'm down here, high beneath the trees, down by the water, but don't tell the waves. I don't want them to know I can see. Big lights, they're hardly worth knowing. You can't touch them, it just hurts to see them shine. The big lights, they've always been glowing, just messing with the people's minds. I'm a guitar, I'm a daydream, baby, on the end of a fishing pole, trading places with the cattails and the June bugs, where everyone knows. Everyone knows. The big lights, they're hardly worth knowing. You can't touch them, it just hurts to see them shine. The big lights, they've always been glowing, just messing with the people's minds. Passover morning and the coals are still glowing. I'm still in a bit of a haze. There they go, I wonder where they're going these days. These days. Touch him, it just hurts to see him shine. The big lights, and they've always been glowing, just messing with the people's mind. Welcome back. Good to see everybody. Time to get back to real work. The real work. Boy, I feel rusty on this front. It's good to be back in the saddle, though, riding with you guys on the open range. Perfecting our craft? I was going to say perfecting our craft, but that seems a little much. I don't see how that could possibly be happening. Perfecting. Ooh, that just sounds ominous. Look at all these names. Good to see everybody. Magpie, good to see you. LT is in the house. Beans. Frank. Well, I hope your thanks were given. Ours sure were. And, yeah. It's time for me to look at your list. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. Be sure to subscribe and like the channel here on YouTube. And you can add a song to this request list just like anyone else can from wherever you're watching. Just type in $R for request, followed by a space and the name of one of my songs, and it'll be added to this very list right here. And it looks like first up, Tech Support, who has been working hard on his break over the holidays to bring us new tricks into our Discord server. This time he didn't teach Percy a new trick. Instead, he taught our cat Pip her first trick, and that's pretty exciting. Pip, the cat, is now running a 24/7 radio station on our Discord server that we can all hang out in, play games together while we listen to the radio. Right now, she's streaming from 216 different Revolution radio shows. There was a radio show I did back in the day. It wasn't that long ago, but it was forever ago. And so just so you know, if you're in Discord, and if you're not, you should be, because this is the best thing you'll engage in on the internet these days. But down here you have voice channels. Basically, you can hang out with each other, see each other, play games and stuff. This is a special voice channel called Pip Radio. And there's also a special text channel called Pip Radio where you can control the radio, skip to the next song, choose from a different playlist. Whenever you're on Discord and you want to know how again do I do something, you can always ask Percy for help. Just type in $help, and he'll show you all the little tricks that you can do here in Discord. And at the bottom is Pip Radio and how you can make it play. Let's just duck in for a quick second, see what Pip's playing right now. Revolution Radio, I played a lot of my friends' music as well as performed live. Had a lot of guest bands in the studio performing live on the air. And so there's just a lot of gold in these hills. So you just click on the voice channel and you go on in, and you don't have to worry about it because Tech Support set up the permissions so no one can talk in it. So you don't have to worry about muting your microphone or anything. So, let's see.
But we're going to get this thing out and ready.
Ethan has a brand new amp. Just look at that thing. What is that? What's the amp, Ethan?
Well, this is a Fender Blues Junior.
Yeah, see? Sounds like Ethan Hawkins is there. That was the house band. We had different house bands that would come every Wednesday night. And Ethan Hawkins was in there, Colby Peg Joplin, Nate Leith, all kinds of heroes of mine joined me over time. Lex was a regular. So yeah, enjoy that. We now, big hand for Tech Support. Actually, I'm so rusty, I've forgotten all my old tricks. But big hand for Tech Support. There it is. A big hand indeed. Thank you, buddy. It's so cool. It's really neat. I know it's going to come in. It's going to be a nice little thing to go with practice, because even just listening last night when he was first getting it working, I heard myself tell some stories, and I was like, oh, I forgot that's why I wrote that song. And I guarantee you there's songs sprinkled throughout those shows that I have no recollection of whatsoever. So it'll probably reveal some new little sunken treasures. So we'll start off the night with Tech Support's request. He'd like to hear Never Settle for Less. Here it comes, coming at you. Hey, Heather, good to see you. Yeah, we should, some night soon, just get in there and I'll put on the radio and play some poker, one of the Discord games they have in there. Now that I've seen the Golden Highway, now that I've heard from the best, now that I've held a real woman, I'll never settle for less. Saw with my own eyes a true magician. I swear she pulled my secret from her chest. Well, I tried, but I just could not explain it. Now I'll never settle for less. The only trouble is the midnight melting, exploring the heights upon wings of excess. It's a long, long fall to the palace of wisdom, but I'll never settle for less. I heard a melody so sweet it made me cry. It felt to me like a caress that took away all my worries. Now I'll never settle for less. Now that I've laid in that river just one more day, and I'll be blessed. I got too much love left to give her, and I'll never settle for less. Spilling all over, even lost my keys just leaning west, 'cause that's where I was graceful. Now I'll never settle for less. I'll never settle for less. Nice. Look at that window art. Oh, next request is dedication. Falfie was asked for one of us standing for Shelby. The priest that married my wife and I died last night. She's been battling illness for a long time. And she was truly a special soul, such a sweet, amazing person. Just a light, a shining light, glorious shining light. So glad she was the one. For Shelby. Let's go over to the piano for this. I've been overwhelmed by the task at hand. Screamed impossible to the silent star. But I traveled far and wide across our sacred land, sharing the wine in the churches and bars. And I'd say, wipe the tears you shed from fear that won. I've come to tell you the revolution marches on. Give your heart back to the rising sun. What's right is right, it's never wrong. As long as there's one of us standing, 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 we may always be needed more than ever. For those who seek to punish all they fear, may always be growing in number. In a world that gets more frightening every year. But we fight for that day, not because it comes, but because it is upon us as we speak. And I swear, white doves fly from off your tongue when you lift your voice for the weak. As long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing, as long as there's one of us standing. It's not some fragile flower, it's one that breaks the sidewalk just to bloom. And even God said there is no higher power than the lily or the love inside of you. So if you're out there searching for answers, then you should know that you are the light in someone's dark. Same way we're swept away by the dancers, as there's one of us standing, as long 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 as there's one of us standing. Love you, Shelby. Oh, beautiful window art. Look at that. There you go. Next up, It's Not the End of the World. Nice, heavier set. I'm into it. I'm going to tune this guy up a little bit here. So in lighter news, tomorrow I get to make a staple in these parts, or at least in our small community, Corrie's leftover soup. I will share the recipe in Discord at the end of the show, or maybe right now. I got it handy. Tomorrow I get to make the leftover turkey soup. And it's really good. It's very rich, very delicious, and it's cold enough here to enjoy it. It's got a bunch of butter and heavy whipping cream and flour and carrots, and it's a thick, creamy onions and carrots and celery and turkey and stock. And I will share the recipe. Actually, here, wait. Let's just get her done, because I know you guys, or I'll forget. There it is. Corrie's leftover soup. It's going on the porch. Here you go. If you have any turkey left over, there you go. I've forgotten how it feels to touch. Lately I remember too much. Now as winter quickly tightens the bind, the only open window is online. I keep seeing such good people in such situations, in such grave pain. And sometimes I have to remind myself what my grandma would say. Oh, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Poured boarded up storefronts, more storms on the way, but not for the wind, not for the rain, but for fear of a friend who might be lost in despair. Everything happens every day somewhere. When it's my house that's burning down and it seems like it's all gone up in flames, sometimes I have to remind myself what my grandma would say. Oh, it's not the end of the world. Oh, it's not the end of the world. Hard to tell from here who will be there when the dust settles, when we clear the air. All my friends are lunatics, so they'll probably survive. They'll probably be glad to be alive. That's what happened on the Titanic. On the Titanic, the musicians played. Sometimes I have to remind myself what my grandma would say. Oh, it's not the end of the world. 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 Nice. Banjo Baby, happy Thanksgiving. Jeff, good to see you. Elena, the True Soul, welcome to the show, everybody. Good to see your names. All right. Next up was I'm Hardly Here. And I need to learn the version from what Brian produced. But I guess I'll just play the original version. Isn't it sort of fascinating how often everybody comes in and requests a song or two, but it seems like more often than not there tends to be a bit of a vibe or a theme to the set list. And I know y'all didn't powwow beforehand like, hey, let's do this or let's go for this. It's just part of the magic of life that we all universally would so often just be on a very similar page in some way or another. It's very interesting. I'm with you, Elena. Let's start celebrating the new year stat. Happy New Year. Whatever they need it more than I do. Whatever they need, it's not always about you. Whatever they need, take it from me if they want to, whatever they need. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. It's hard to speed. I'm not stuck in I am traffic. It's hard to speed. Give me a minute. It's hard to speed. And it's killing the planet. It's hard to speed. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. Baby, till I get back home and things can be the way we want. And everyone in that weird world can just move along. Move along, there's nothing to see here. Move along, there's nothing to see. Move along, whatever they need it more than I do. Whatever they need, it's not always about you. Whatever they need, they can take it from me if they want to. Whatever they need, I'm hardly here. 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 Baby, till I get back home and things can be the way we want. And everyone in that weird world can just move along. Move along, there's nothing to see here. 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 Nice request. I was a little nervous going into that one. It's been a while. Been a minute. All right, starting to feel the cobwebs shaking off a little bit. Hey, Swaby, Thanksgiving. Oops. All right, let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. Hometown Blues with the Boomerang. Now, what does that mean? Don't get much folkier than Hometown Blues. I'm not exactly sure what the boomerang could do on it. Let's see here. Thank you, Dustin. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. How's the Hometown Blues goes? Lord, I'm lost in my hometown. Lord, I'm lost in my hometown. Got more on my mind. There ain't nothing stranger than a stranger who used to be a friend of mine. Faster? Nothing to settle me down. Oh, I can't find the tempo because this beat didn't quite work with it. All I'm using this for is the tempo, but I can't find nothing to settle me down. I need one of those apps that really works to tell me what the tempo is there. Can't find nothing to settle me down. Oh, man. That's right, new buttons, folks, new buttons. If I ever said I wouldn't do that, I lied. Lord, I'm lost in my hometown. Got more on my mind. And there ain't nothing stranger than a stranger that used to... Oh, the tempo's... I can't... I'm that was a fun fail. I think I'll just sing it. That's going to be too hard. But I am going to do some research right after practice about why this is so hard. Sometimes it's just like a no-brainer, and other times it's very elusive to me. Like, what is the tempo of that song? And I think it's because of the beat I'm choosing and where it emphasizes confuses me, and I just get completely lost. Like, this beat is just not right for the song, so I can't just use it to find the tempo because I'm not that good at it yet. I need a lot more practice. But that just seemed, what, way too fast? Yeah, the folk techno vibe is coming. I mean, tune back in a couple of years and it's going to be like the birds all over. It's going to be Laurel Canyon up through here. God, do I just keep trying to understand why that's so elusive? So what if I went way slower? Are there any old school musicians out there listening right now that can tell me what tempo this is? Lord, I'm lost in my hometown. Got more on my mind. And the woman I love, she tore me up. Now what you got from the vibe? Oh, I can't find. Oh, now I sang the words wrong. How many ways? Let's see if I can find a new way to mess this song up. Should I try it on piano now? Holy moly! Lord, I'm lost in my hometown. Got more on my mind. And there's nothing stranger than a stranger that used to be a friend of mine. Lord, I can't find nothing to settle me down. Tried everything I could find, but the woman I loved, she tore me up. Now what you got from the vine? Lord, don't you let that river run dry. Let it flow to the end of time, and I'll drop in my melody. Oh Lord, you can take it from me, and oh yeah, oh well, never mind. All right, did anybody pull out an app while I sang that? Yeah, where was I? I was at around 100 to begin with. And then I thought it was too fast. Oh, thanks, Banjo Baby. Here's 100. See, that's too fast. It is very fascinating how the wrong beat, because I just figured, like, you know, what I should do is find a setting on here that isn't a beat at all, that's just like quarter notes, just like, you know, just quarter notes, just some kicks. Let's see what this sounds like. Yeah, like that. Dustin says 104. Rebecca says, I think it's 46 to 50. All right, so you're all in the same ballpark. Now, you know the way beats per minute work, like some of you are observing in the chat, 50 and 100 is the same, because you can divide any beat like this. You could double it. So the way you would describe this hand is like 4 times as fast as that, or twice as fast, but it's all basically the same. You could cut that in half. So this is 50, this is 100, this is 200 beats per minute. It's very confusing. There's 100. Yeah, it was that beat that was messing me up, not the tempo. Oh, don't you let that river run dry. Let it flow to the end of time, and I'll drop in my melody. Oh, Lord, you can take it from me. And oh, yeah, oh, well, never mind. Hey, I learned a lot. Welcome to practice, folks. Welcome to practice. Fun challenge. All right. I see. Oh my goodness! And like that, the last screens fall. Sorry about. I feel like I cost us some time with that fumble. It's getting like sports up in here. Like, oh no, and the clock runs out. Can't believe they didn't call a timeout. Can't believe he didn't flip that over, Bob. He should have put that hourglass on its side. We're going to be talking about that call for weeks to come. Oh my God, look at the window art. You guys still got it. All right. Well, I'm just starting to feel it. At the end of day one, we started over. Clean slate. We are back to the beginning, folks. Starting over. It's both of the two. A solid 18 minutes on Hometown Blues. It's a new record, folks. Well, we need a leaving song. What should it be? Maybe something with a little pep. I will be back tomorrow night like clockwork. You can set your geyser to me. Midnight sharp here on the East Coast. Boy, it is cold out there. So we'll just keep the fires burning here. We're going to be all right. Let's see. And we're basically in overtime right now. Let's see. Here, maybe I'll leave you with this as an incentive for me to keep going with it. I got a couple of new songs in the works that I've been whittling on. Here's one that came just 2 nights ago. Whatever happened to You Make the Call? Was that before Instant Replay? You Make the Call. Did that come before the news starts saying, we want to know what you think? I'll dedicate this one to our practice. I almost got that task that I had to take the week off for because of the deadline. I finished everything. I still got some data entry stuff I have to do to really put a wrap on it. But I'm so looking forward to getting that whole project behind me and focusing once again artistically, purely on my songs. And I'm so excited. I want to record a lot more. I've been doing that other work for a while now, so that took all that energy away. But now that it's opening back up, I'm excited to explore all the possibilities. The practice is really fueling so much. I've come such a long, 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 long way. I'm still on my toes. It's a good thing, 'cause hey, I still got a long ways to go. You think by now a boy like me, some old man he should be, don't seem to be happening, at least not as far as I can see. Grace is just right over there, sitting in an easy chair. Someday I'm gonna get it right, but by then I won't care. I've come such a long, 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 long way. I'm still on my toes. It's a good thing, 'cause hey, I still got a long ways to go. it's a thrill. Whatever can go wrong with, but by now I know the drill. By now I know the nightjar's trills, the chuck wills whittles from the whippoorwills, and I'm leaning on the kingdom at the windowsill. Come such a long, 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 long way. I'm still on my toes. It's a good thing, 'cause hey, hey, I still got a long ways to go. I've come such a long, 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 long way. I'm still on my toes. It's a good thing, 'cause hey, hey, I still got a long ways to go. I don't think it's done yet, but I'm not sure what it needs. But that's a new one in the works. Hot on the presses. A regular feature here on the Daily Practice. Hot on the practice. Hot on the presses. Hot on the practice. Oh man, feels good to be singing to y'all again. Thank you so much for the set list, for the marching orders, for your big, beautiful ears. Keep up the good work out there. Go get them, Tigers. Give them heaven. Show mercy. Be silly. Be honest. And always trust your cape. Bye.